Yo, yo, yo. So, what a day we had today. If you missed my last video, basically, I was talking about a potential bull trap scenario that could have played out today, which is September 15th. And now we're here. I'm not going to sit here and do a touchdown dance or anything or celebrate yet, just because I think that, you know, Bulls still have a few things to prove here. And to be honest with you, I just wanted to go through some of my methodology and try and determine where, what possible scenarios I see playing out here. Um, I've been looking at the chart. I missed the last few hours of the day, and I see we got pushed down a little bit. So I wanted to just kind of run through what's going through my head when I look at the chart. I stripped the chart down a little bit, just so that I could really look at it a little bit more objectively and fairly, and then we can go from there. So yeah. So the first thing I want to point out here is the most important thing that I think bulls need to be paying attention to is this logarithmic bull trend. We first found support, or at least this trend started on January 5th when the price was $1.91. We found support in May here after a run down from the January run. And since we've also found support a few times here after the run in June of 2021. So this level, breaking this level in general is not something that any bull is going to want to see happen. I think that it would have very serious implications from a bullish standpoint if we're looking at the chart technically. And I want to also just kind of clarify something. I know a lot of people will, whenever I'm doing space calls or something on Twitter, will always bring up fundamental things, or they'll talk to me about the options chain or FTDs or anything like that. I try not to pay attention to any fundamentals because I decide on my fundamental analysis before I enter any play. Right, so I'm more of a macro trader. So when I made my decision to invest in AMC stock, we were back here somewhere around April in this price level, the $10 to $12 area. I took out some long options and I bought shares around this area. And I anticipated a move up based on the short squeeze narrative. And so now where we stand is my in my opinion, nothing about my original conviction has changed. And I can make a video about my original conviction at another time. I think we're at kind of a really serious point right here. So maybe I can talk about it in a few weeks or something when we see some more price action. We see what's going to play out here, and I'll go into those details here shortly. So what's going on here? When I look at this chart, the first thing that I see is what I was initially excited about in this run up here. When I started to look towards the week of the 10th, or yeah, the 10th through the 17th, or I don't know, whatever week that is, the week ending with the 17th here in 2 days, I was excited because we had this build up and what was looking to be an ascending triangle, which is a bullish pattern. And also let me do that shape for you here. So the ascending triangle is here, 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 right? And the reason that this pattern, and I want to be as simple as possible for people who are less, less familiar with technical analysis, because I know a lot of people are kind of, I mean, they see what I, some of the predictions that I make on Twitter, and they wonder how did you do that? So I this is a bullish pattern because you see buyers coming in every time that we touch this bottom trend line. And really, this trend line is here, right? It's the long term bull trend. And you can draw it back if you want to. You can draw it back here. And it's still a valid ascending triangle. I don't like it as much because it kind of lacks the upper test here until you get later into the triangle. But basically, what's happening is every time we touch this trend line, buyers come in and protect the price. And then we get up to this horizontal trend line, and we get stopped out by bears, right? Sellers come in and protect this price line. But psychologically, what's happening under the wraps is bears are starting to lose ground, and people in the market who are, whether they're into TA or not, start to feel this emotion happen. This is a daily chart. This was playing out over a month here, right? And you could draw it even tighter if you wanted to. You could draw it here, right? And this is legitimate bullish price action. The price is going up, and bears seem to be desperately trying to stop it at this $48, $49 level, right? So if we zoom in, we got a breakout of this pattern. And typically, what you want to see on a breakout of a pattern like this for confirmation is either you want to see price aggressively surge up, right? And you can usually measure this using a Fibonacci extension or something of that nature. But I'm not going to do that here, just for simplicity's sake. Or you will see the price roll over, maybe retest the top of it, and go back vertical, right? More conservative traders typically will look for that retest. I want to look at it using this long-term bull trend, because this is what I think is the real thing that everyone needs to be paying attention to from a bullish standpoint. If you're looking for a bullish break on AMC, this is what you need to be looking at for me. I started to feel like price was going to roll over here, and I did not expect us to break below here. And I talked about in the last video how I missed a longer term ascending wedge that formed around here. You can watch that video to see the details on that. And because of that ascending wedge, we saw a much more significant break than I was projecting. I was actually looking for a retest here so that we could break higher. But that ascending wedge actually outplayed it. Yesterday I called for that bull trap, and man, it played out. I mean, it played out way faster than I thought. I'll be honest. I did not think that the first thing in the morning. I think pre-market we were. I mean, we were way down in pre-market, down to this $45 ish level, probably around here. And once our market open came, we just capitulated down into this $43.82 level. So I think that this level now needs to be taken into consideration as a key level, right? This is support now. As of now, this is a support line, right? And I'll make it nice and bold so that we don't forget about it. And then what happened? I'm sorry, it's up here. What the heck? What just happened there, guys? And then what happened after that is we formed. This is not the most exciting candle. We pushed all the way up here, and bears fought back. But what's really significant is that we are back, and we held above this bull trend. We only have 3 or 4 days left to actually trade below this $48, $49 level, as well as above this bull trend. So look, 3 or 4 trading days, there is going to be a significant decision made here. Okay. I mean, just think about if you're a bear and you're looking at this level as, okay, we beat them, right? We beat them here. We held them down here. We held them down here. We held them down here. They beat us here. Well, we held them down here initially, and then they beat us here, but then we pushed them back down, right? This is what these algorithms, these traders, everybody is looking at right now. I'm telling you, this is the line. And bulls are looking at their bull trend and saying, this is our line. This is what pushes us up. And I'm telling you, in the next 3 or 4 trading days, you are going to have a significant idea as to what is going to happen here. And look, if you break down below or you break above, that doesn't mean that you win. It's breaking and holding for long, time frames, longer time frames. You get a few closes above on the daily, things like that. This is going to tell a story. And I'm telling you right now, we break above $50. We stay above this I'm sorry, I'm looking for my tools. By the way, so funny yesterday in the video, I could not find the proper tools, just like right now, because I'm so used to charting on mobile. I talked about that a little bit today on Twitter. Make sure you follow me there if you're finding me from YouTube. Most people are going to be from Twitter right now, so you guys probably already follow me, but or at least found me through Twitter, found this video through Twitter. But look, in the next few days, if bulls can cause a break here, you you're talking about. I mean, this is gonna say, okay, we're ready to move higher. And another thing that you want to pay attention to, another thing that I love to pay attention to is just a simple: are we establishing higher highs? Are we establishing higher lows? Right? If you're a bull, that's what you want to see: higher highs and higher lows. That is the basics of this. If you are higher highs and higher lows, generally speaking, you feel better, right, about whatever price movement happens. Bulls will feel more convicted as they see the price continue higher and higher. So the key level from that standpoint, if you're looking at it from a closed standpoint, right, a closed candle, you don't want to close below this 43.57 if you're looking at it from there. So I think it might be the same kind of area, right? Let's see. So yeah, I mean 43.49 is what I have here. And then the candle wick stopped out just above it there. You can see really close. And then we pushed right back up. This looks bottomy to me. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, you get this kind of wick up, you close inside of this long term bull trend. This looks like bears are exhausted to me. They threw everything that they had at this thing, and bulls rejected them. That's what this. On first take, and this isn't financial advice, and this isn't a guarantee as to what's going to happen tomorrow or the next day or whatever. But I mean, you look at this. This is a big bull hammer. I mean, a big, strong bull hammer on the 4 hour chart, and then some indecision here. In the second half of the day, the trading day. But you still close within this bull trend. I just can't look at this and think, oh man, we're not going to continue higher. So, in my opinion, if you're looking at it and you want to be more bearish, right? And I only do this because I like to test my methodology, right? I think the strongest trend is the long term bull trend. If you want to be more bearish, though, what I would say if I was being bearish on this is, okay, yeah, we're gonna run up. We're gonna hit this 49. After that, we're either gonna come back down and break and make lower lows, right? That's what bears are looking for. They're looking for, oh yeah, oh, we stopped you out here. Boom, boom, boom. We're gonna get lower lows here. We're gonna get down into this $40 region, something like that. Probably looks a little bit more like this. A little bit more even to this first move down is what you would probably see if you had a bearish break. Now, again, like I said, that would be the initial break, and the implications of that. Look, I would not be very. Look, I'm bullish on this stock. I want the stock to go higher. I'm long personally. My trade is a long position, but this, I'm not gonna lie, would hurt my conviction. I would that would make me feel uneasy. I don't know what decision I would make from there, but I would feel uneasy about this. Um, you could see further trading within the ascending triangle. Bears say, oh, boom, we get a break. Bulls fight back, and then maybe you get a final push down here. That would be like a bullish scenario. I mean, a bearish scenario. I'm sorry. And again, like I said, I just don't think that bears at this point. I don't think that bears have what it takes when it comes to that. It's just not convincing to me. I try to look at this thing objectively. I try to take all my emotion out of this and look at it every day like it's a brand new stock, and look at the chart and see what the chart is telling me. And to me, the chart says that bulls are winning, right? Bulls are winning, and eventually, most likely, right? Uh, Eventually, bulls won't win, and bulls will lose eventually one day, right? And who knows when that is, right? Who knows, right? That's what everybody likes to do, is point at the really high numbers on the chart for this stock, but who knows when that day comes, what that looks like, right? But I just don't. I I mean, the conviction here for bears is shorter term, um, less established trends, and I just don't see that case as strong right now. And like I said, look, this sort of move that we saw yesterday, this big red candle here is the type of move that will cause that shift, right? Eventually, that's what it'll look like. It'll look like a big old red candle, and everybody's gonna go, "What the hell is going on?" But I just don't. I don't think that we're there yet. No matter how what my conviction is, I try to find what the other side's looking at and try and figure out what they're thinking and why they think it. And I mean, as of now, this is probably the most convincing thing that they have going on. You have obviously uh, upwards action on the stock was slowing down here. You had somewhat of an ascending, not somewhat, but a confirmed ascending wedge at this point. But I think that this this move here is just bulls coming in and saying, "Yeah, no, we're not losing at this level. There are buyers here. This is support." So, yeah, I might have gotten a little wordy there. Might have talked out a little bit more, and I want to talk about some of my, in another video. I want to talk about some of my more long term, not like talking about tomorrow or the next week or whatever. Some of my more long term views on it, on the stock. But for now, I think that we'll just leave it at that. And yeah, so if you enjoyed the video, I appreciate you stopping by. If you want to see more videos like this, the best thing you can do is turn notifications on and also interact with the video. So comment something, your thoughts if you have questions, or drop a like on the video or a dislike. That's the best way to get the video back in front of you through YouTube's algorithm, the For You page. So, or the whatever For You feature recommendation page, whatever it is. So yeah, so I appreciate your time. I know this video is a little bit longer than I was probably planning on, but I just thought that it'd be useful for me to break down my thesis and kind of what I see objectively from here. So yeah, have a good night, and yeah, see you guys tomorrow on Twitter. Make sure you got oh shit, make sure you got your notifications on there too. You can see my charts throughout the day. Oh, by the way, I've been charting minute charts on this stock, and man, it was. Look, I'm not trying to pat myself on the back, but I was crazy accurate all day. I was at the freaking gym, tweeting and charting from my phone, and I was like on point all day with this move today. It was so much fun having everybody uh, there, kind of going back and forth with me. But yeah, so appreciate you guys' time. Take it easy.